Select the one sentence that best meets the requirements of standard written English. A. All of Britain's living former prime ministers also paid tribute to MS, including Theresa May, who called it a tragic day for our democracy. This sentence is both grammatically correct and clearly written. Including Theresa May is a phrase that tells us she is one of the people who paid tribute, and the clause that follows, who called it a tragic day for our democracy, correctly uses who as opposed to whom, since it refers to the subject of our clause, Theresa May, and not the object. With all this in mind, this is likely our final answer, but let's take a look at the other choices just to be sure. B. All of Britain's living former prime ministers also paid tribute to MS, including Theresa May, whom called it a tragic day for our democracy. This sentence incorrectly uses whom. The word whom is used as an object, but in this case, Theresa May is the one doing the action, calling it a tragic day, and is therefore the subject of the clause. Because she's the subject of the clause, we need who and not whom. This being the case, we can mark this choice as incorrect. C. All of Britain's living former prime ministers also paid tribute to MS, including Theresa May, who called it a tragic day for our democracy. This sentence is missing two commas, one after MS and one after May. Our main clause is all of Britain's living former prime ministers also paid tribute to MS. Including Theresa May is what's called an interrupter. It's not essential to the meaning of the sentence, and therefore needs to be separated from it by a comma. Within the interrupter, we have who called it a tragic day for our democracy. In this context, this is what's called a non-restrictive clause. It gives us extra information about Theresa May, but it's not essential in identifying her here. Like the interrupter, this needs to be separated from the rest of the clause with a comma. As this choice is missing two essential commas, we can mark it as incorrect. And D. All of Britain's living former prime ministers also paid tribute to MS, including Theresa May, whom called it a tragic day for our democracy. This choice combines the errors from both B and C. It misuses whom, and it's also lacking commas. Based on this, we can mark this choice as incorrect, and go ahead and mark our original answer, choice A, as our final answer.